Hello everyone. So many people have asked me about my recent trip to the United States with the Archbishop of Bloemfontein and the Bishop of Rustenburg. So I thought I would share some of our experiences with you, and hopefully those experiences that we share will excite you and fill you with a positive spirit and a sense of the value, the essential value of proclaiming the gospel. So we attended the Alpha USA conference in Phoenix, Arizona. So to get there, we had to fly from Durban, of course, to Johannesburg to New York, and then New York to Phoenix, Arizona, which is very nearly the other side of the American continent. Arizona is in the desert, so it's quite a harsh climate, reasonably flat, very sandy and rocky. It was winter, of course, northern hemisphere, but the temperatures range from about 9 in the morning to about 23 midday-ish, with clear blue skies. So pretty much like Durban winters, hey? So very comfortable, very easy for us. We stayed in a hotel not too far from the venue. So every day we had to go from the hotel to the venue for the conference. So the conference was really very good. The first part was sort of small workshops. So we had to choose where we wanted to go beforehand, and they were in smaller venues. So the first conference we attended was Alpha in the Catholic context. And what it was looking at is how Alpha can function in Catholic parishes and dioceses, and how Alpha has so many similarities, so many connection points with so many different Catholic groups and ministries. So, for example, they had Alpha and Divine Renovation. They had Witness to Love, which is a Catholic pre-marriage preparation course. They had Alpha and Evangelical Catholics. And so different groups talking at the Alpha conference that shared things, that had things in common with Alpha. And that was really, really positive and uplifting. We could see how Alpha does fit so well into a Catholic context. You know, one of the common objections to Alpha is, oh, it's not Catholic. Yeah, but it's Christian. And there's nothing in Alpha that doesn't resonate with us. And it's a vital tool. And this workshop showed how it does fit in almost seamlessly to the Catholic parish, the Catholic diocese. The next talk we went to was a talk focused on evangelization for the next generation. Gen Z, maybe you've heard that, Gen Z. So those would be 11 to 24-year-olds. How do we approach evangelization? How do we help that generation come to know and love Jesus Christ? And that was a really very, very interesting input. And there were some really good things that came there. I know many of you say, you know, Father, the young people, the youth, we've got to focus on that, and that's true, and we're trying to do that, and we're looking at new and exciting different ways to do that. But this is a challenge throughout the church, Protestant and Catholic. In the US, in South America, in Africa, in Europe, everyone is facing the same struggle with Gen Z. How do we bring Jesus to Gen Z? How do we help Gen Z to feel part of the church, to participate and be active in the church? And so it was a really important presentation and workshop. Then really the conference started, and there were lots of very, very interesting speakers. I think one of the most powerful was a talk by a Catholic priest, Father Ricardo, and he spoke with a friend of his, an evangelical sort of mega church pastor who has his church just down the road from the Catholic Church, and how they're working together and the respect they give one another in their work for building the kingdom. And that was really powerful. And then we heard from Father Ricardo himself about the challenges of preaching the gospel, building the church, keeping people involved, especially after the COVID pandemic. And so Father Ricardo really spoke well, and it resonated with me, obviously, because I'm a Catholic priest. There were other talks from evangelical pastors and things, and they were really very interesting. And some of the ideas that they have, certainly we can use or learn from. There was also a very good talk delivered by a board member of Alpha USA, a black man, who really challenged the congregation, the conference, on issues of racism. You know that is a big issue in the United States still. They aren't addressing it effectively, and it's affecting the church. And he spoke about that. He spoke about how the church in the United States needs to seek reconciliation and unity between especially black and white. And it was really a powerful and very moving speech talk. So that was over 2 days. Then on the Saturday, the bishops were free, but I attended what they call an Alpha Lab. In other words, how best practices, how to run Alpha effectively, how to do a good job of Alpha. And that was very well done, excellently done, well done, by John Wentz. Now I know John Wentz works with me, sort of guides me in my work for Alpha as a strategic church development lead. He's based in just outside Chicago, and he was there in Phoenix, and it was great to meet him and great to learn and to talk with him. But during the conference, I met with different groups of people. One group was a South American group of priests and lay people, and they wanted to know what was going on in South Africa, how we were doing things, and see how we could share and learn from one another. And that was excellent. They really were so nice. Of course, we had to have translation. We had to have headphones on as things were being translated. So that was a bit of a challenge. The first time I've had to give talks like that. But it was good to be able to help them and to be involved. They've invited me to South America sometime, so hopefully I'll be able to go there and see for myself their situation. I also met Ron Huntley. It was great to see him again, meet up with him and chat with him. He has been a great help to me in my ministry, and I thank him for all that work. And then we met with Divine Renovation too, and they took us to a wonderful restaurant, and we were able to share experiences and talk about how we can transform parishes and dioceses. It was there that I had rattlesnake and cactus for starter. It was nice. Now the rattlesnake tasted a bit like chicken. Cactus was really tasty though. So that was a very, very nice meal, and they were excellent with us. And so on the Sunday morning, we flew out of Phoenix to Chicago. And we landed in Chicago, storm, snow, freezing cold. So quite different from Phoenix. Again, we were in a hotel not far from the cathedral and the chancery, and not far from St. Clement's Parish, where Father Peter Wojcik is the pastor. And I had met Father Peter a number of times at different conferences with Alpha, and I'd asked if we could come and visit the Archdiocese of Chicago to help the bishop see how Alpha and divine renovation can happen at a diocesan level. And Father Peter was excellent in welcoming us and getting groups together, answering our questions, taking us for visits, meeting an auxiliary bishop of the Archdiocese of Chicago. They got 6, and the VG and the Chief Operating Officer, Betsy. Betsy is a woman who gets things done. She was very good, very helpful. And so the Chicago time was an opportunity for the bishops to learn about the tool that Alpha is, that divine renovation is, for parishes. The Archdiocese of Chicago has done a great job in transforming, renewing their archdiocese using those same 2 tools under Cardinal Supich. They had introduced a program called Renew My Church, and it has been really, really beneficial to most parishes. And so we visited different parishes, we spoke to the pastors, as they call them, parish priests and staff. We learned a lot about the challenges, the potholes, the joys and successes of their program. We were taken all over the place, and the people were so welcoming, so warm, so helpful, and so we're really grateful to them. They shared all sorts of information with us, and so I came away from Chicago after another snowstorm, feeling that the whole trip had been very, very beneficial for myself, but also for the bishops. So I'd ask that you continue to pray for us as we reflect on that and allow what we saw to sit with us, so that it helps us to be better servants of our parishes and of our diocese, because renewal at all these different levels is so very vital. So I came back. I was rather jet-lagged. It's quite a trip back again, of course, and across all these different time zones. I'm beginning to feel a little bit more human now. The lights have just gone out. I didn't know that was going to happen. Just in time for me to say goodbye. Take care. I hope this little input has helped you and given you a sense of what I experienced. God bless everyone. Bye-bye.